Whoa. Okay. Hello YouTubers, welcome to another episode of the vlogs. As you can tell, it's not then, it is now. We're just editing the vlog and unfortunately the sound decided to cut out. But we're going to get right into what I was saying. I've entered an online rowing competition on the rowing machine and we're going to get to do the second workout of the competition this morning, or this earlier than this, later than what I'm talking earlier. But the workout itself is part of the Road Royalty online rowing competition and it's the first one I've been part of. Today, like I said, is the second workout, which is 500 on, a minute rest, 400 on, 300 on, 200 on, 100 on, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 with a rest of a minute in between each one. And we had, last week, we had a 2K with 400 meter splits. You could rest in between if you want. You got points for if you were the fastest 2K. You got points for if you had the fastest 400. You got points for the fastest time overall if you included rest. You had to include rest at least a couple of seconds because you set up the screen for undefined rest. But the aim of the competition is to get the least amount of points possible. So if you come first, you get 1 point, second, 2 points, third, 3 points, so on and so forth. But we're going to head into the gym and get on the erg for the second workout of this piece. And we're going to get warmed up first because for this piece, it's a pretty high intensity one. So it's 500 meters all the way down to 100 and all the way back up. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like, because with a minute rest, that's obviously shorter than 500 meters worth of distance covered, but longer than 200 and 100 and close to 300. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to head into the gym, or I was going to head into the gym. You would have seen me saying that, but we'll head right back to the video, right into the gym. So let's get to it. And we've made it into the gym, onto the rowing machine to get warmed up. Like I said, I'll talk about in another video how to warm up, or at least how I warm up and get sweaty and ready before a test like the 2K yesterday. But today, the workout itself is pretty intense, so getting a warm up in is very recommended so you don't just blow up straight away, so you're used to at least a little bit to the splits you'll be pulling and your body's ready to go for the whole thing. So we're going to set up the monitor, just now variable intervals: 500 1 minute rest, 400 1 minute rest, 300 1 minute rest, 200 1 minute rest, 100 1 minute rest, and then back up 1 2 3 4 500. So fingers crossed, and wish me luck. Call you 2 1. Yeah, 1. Well done. 2 3 4 5. Space calculus complete. Yeah, go. Now we're into the part of the workout where there's more rest than work. Yes! Let's go again to a place a long time ago when I kissed your lips. I can see the fight that we made just to save us when we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, that we wake up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way back. And we've finished today's workout, or this workout, for this afternoon. Pretty good, big change from the normal workouts of a lot of intervals. Always good to have a bit of variation, because remember, variation is the key to motivation. But this one obviously has a different focus, going as fast as we can, not necessarily throwing other things out the window, but really trying to go for the fastest split, because it is a competition, which is good prep for Paris, having basically to compete with the people next to us. So the entries for Paris are out, but I don't recognise any of the names, so if you do know any of the names, let me know in the comments below. If you know any of their times, that would be absolutely awesome. But back onto this workout. First 7 intervals or so were decent, so you start with 500s, not that long, and then you get a little bit of rest. 400, not that long, a little bit of rest. And then, like I said, the rest becomes either equal or more than the work. So for the middle 6 intervals, when it's the 100s, the 200s, the 300s, it's kind of comfortable, but then that last 4 and 500 where it becomes the rest is not equal to the work is more, gets real stingy real fast, then you end up looking like Charlie over there. But we both finished the workout. Not sure of Charlie's average, but I averaged 24.1 as you saw, and I'll be submitting that and see where it gets me. But like I said earlier, it's all like a points system, and if you come first you get 1 point, second you get 2 points, and unfortunately with the first workout I didn't do it properly, or didn't strategize properly, so I'm a few points behind. But now it's time to recover and get some fuel in, because remember, food is fuel. After a short session, after a long session, after high intensity, after low intensity, you still have to fuel up. And we've got some delicious meal planned to make today, so again, going to try and get some more food is fuel montage going. So let's get to it. And we've got some pomegranate gammon pasta for some delicious food, because remember, food is fuel, oh yeah! And it's time to eat said pomegranate gammon pasta, and to save the world and not wash up extra dishes, we're eating out the pan, because a pan is much bigger than a plate. So let's get to eating up, because remember, food is fuel. And we have made it, still in the living room. We've finished the delicious pomegranate gammon pasta, and we'll go over a little bit how to make it. As you saw, the process of making it, it couldn't be more simple. Make sure all the ingredients are cooked, so cook the gammon. We put some paprika on there, then boil the pasta, make sure it is to your preference, a little bit al dente perhaps, and then put everything in the pan with the pasta. We've got some pomegranates, had some quark. You could put some Philadelphia, or light Philadelphia in there, and some salt and pepper to season, and it's an absolutely delicious combination. And things like this are so easy to make and contain a huge amount of fuel. So we had, between the two of us, 500 grams of pasta, 2 gammon steaks, a lemon with some lemon juice, some paprika, a tub of the quark stuff, and I think that's about it. But again, it's meals like this that are so easy to make, contain a lot of calories. We aren't really necessarily looking for being really healthy, but it's not necessarily unhealthy. Has some vegetables, pomegranate seeds, and the tomatoes in there as well. So it has some fruit and some good minerals and vitamins, and obviously with a good amount of carbs and protein in there too. So hopefully you can make the recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you could make it from what you've seen and what I've described, or if you would like me to do it a little bit differently, or film it differently, describe it differently, because we're going to be doing some other food as fuel things, maybe even making specific recipe videos, and maybe once and for all going over the breaded egg toast recipe. Maybe I need to speak to the powers that be, see if we can finally get that recipe released. But that will be it for today's episode, Yam Squad. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Really exciting to be part of the Road Royalty online rowing machine competition, and it's something I've never done before, and that's partly the opportunity I'm getting by doing my own thing, training by myself. I can change the program slightly to do things like the online rowing machine competition with Road Royalty. And even though it's different to what I was planning on doing today in the program, it's still decent sort of 2K prep, and it still meant that I was digging deep into the pain cave and working. So that workout was probably working on the sort of last 500 sprint sort of thing, like you saw in the last 500. I went 122 for that last 500, and that's not necessarily what I need to see in the 2K in Paris, but if I can see those numbers, I'll be knocking off a good percentage off the average in that last few hundred if I see those splits. But remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video, Yam Squad. Oh yeah!